I'd like to preface this. This is so poorly explained. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about money again. This is one of those boring videos about investments and saving strategies that seem to do so well on my channel. People seem to like the content. People seem to want a little bit of advice or somebody else's viewpoint, maybe a consumer or a customer that's actually using these products. These videos seem to be popular because I think people do research on YouTube when they're thinking of trying out a new product or service. First thing I'm going to do today is answer a question from a video I did many months ago. A guy named Rank Kin under one of my other Moneybox videos asked, can you invest in single stocks? I went to Moneybox, typed in the little chat thing on the app and asked them if you can choose single stocks to invest in. And essentially, I'm not very well versed in the stock market or trading or anything like that. This is a very novice perspective. A single stock is when you would go and you would buy stocks in, say, Apple or McDonald's, as opposed to a mutual fund stock where you put your money into a portfolio of many stocks and shares. This is so poorly explained. A mutual fund is where you would put your money into a portfolio of stocks and shares that are managed by a fund manager. So you've got sort of an interest in how all of these companies are doing. So therefore, if McDonald's rises and Apple falls, you don't lose all of your money just because you've got a single stock in Apple, because McDonald's is taking you up. Investing in mutual funds helps diversify where your money's going. Single stocks are a little bit dangerous because if you bought single stocks in Apple and for some reason Apple decided to tank and they went bust, which it's not going to happen anytime soon, let's face it, but you would then lose all of your investments. So, straight from the horse's mouth, hello. A follower on YouTube asked me a question that I can't answer. Can you buy individual stocks through Moneybox? And then Moneybox replied, Tom from Moneybox replied, hey Ollie, we don't offer investment into specific stocks and shares. The money is invested in the 3 tracker funds and they then allocate the funds across their portfolios, which includes over 6,000 companies globally. If you wish to research each fund in more detail, the funds you invested in are blah blah blah, and it goes through all of the fund areas they offer. It says down below you'll be able to see the key investor information documents, which I would recommend having a look into if you are investing through Moneybox. They're quite handy. They give you the sheets of how risky or non-risky the funds are, and all it allows you to do, as Tom says here, you can choose in terms of percentages how you'd like your money to be split between these 3 funds. Let me know if you have any further questions. Just out of interest, would you mind sharing with us the YouTube content in question? We'd be really interested to see it. No, you wouldn't. Nobody's interested to see it, but thanks for pretending. So essentially, Rankin, no, you can't invest in single stocks. You can only fund into their mutual fund categories, but you can set your allocations to choose how much of a percentage of your money you want to go into individual things. As my Moneybox currently stands, let's go to the Discover tab. No, let's not go to the Discover tab. We'll go to the Investments tab. Okay, you can see here, so my total portfolio is currently at £1,932.63. That is £1,570.46 in my lifetime ISA. The lifetime ISA, remember, the government gives you 25% of everything you contribute up to £4,000. I'm only putting in £15 a week at the moment into that account. Let's keep topping it up with a small amount, and it's really good to see the amounts grow over time. £15 a week doesn't seem like much, but at the end of the year you've got a fairly decent amount, especially with the amount that the government gives you, plus the interest you get off your stocks and shares, payback. The big payback from stocks and shares. And my regular stocks and shares ISA is sitting at £362.17, which is plus 2.14% gains from the investments. Keep doing that. That's because money's coming into me through the investments. I put in £10 a week and I get back a varying amount. It's been up and down. I tell you what, if we click into it, stocks and shares, you can see there how the money's broken down. So I've got £174.50 in global equities fund, £85 in global properties, and £92 in cash fund. So if you click the little pie chart on the top right hand side, that tells me how my contributions are broken down each week. So I put 20% of the weekly money, which is what, £2, into the cash fund, 60%, which is currently £6, into the global equities, and 20%, which is again £2, into the global properties fund. Now, Once I've got my emergency fund set up, I plan on putting a lot more money into these savings accounts because I want to see them grow a lot quicker. Projected return is about 6% for each, 6.7 I think, which is fairly decent. You know, it's a lot better than just leaving your money in an account that's getting 0.2%. Yeah, 0.2%, which is what my current ISAs are getting me with my banks. So, you know, if all goes well with these stock market accounts, I should get a little bit more money back. Again, there is a risk. This big disclaimer, you do risk losing your money if you're investing in things, but if you're going to do it, read all the nonsense bump of information before you get started. Down here with this little blue bar, you can change your starting point. Gives you a little bit of information, view starting options, and these are your choices. I've been through this before in previous videos, so this is a brief look. Obviously, cautious, you stand to put your money in safer investments. Balanced, bit of safe, bit of risky. Adventurous is for those risky people. So, you know, for instance, when I've got my emergency fund set up, I might start whacking a load of money into my lifetime ISA and put that in more balanced, cautious investment strategies, and then just continue this £10 in my stocks and shares ISA, maybe make it a bit adventurous just to see what the market does. But then I think if the adventurous way starts to pick up, I think it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. So I'll regret not putting most of my money in that, but whatever. That's life, isn't it? I think that's it for Moneybox at the minute. Just a little bit of update of how I'm doing. Again, I do like the service. It takes it out of my bank every week, and it's just nice to have steady growth. That's all there is to it. It's thoughtless saving, which is what I like, because I was going to completely contradict myself and say I like thoughtless saving, because if you don't put thought into your finances, you don't get anywhere. What I mean is, thinking about your finances is a really good thing because you want to have a plan of where you're going. Hence my get my emergency fund and then change up my savings goals and allocations and all that. But the thoughtless part of it is if you automate it as much as possible, like direct debits with your bills, put them on direct debit, you'll never be late as long as you've got enough money in your account, because it'll just take it out. That's the same as this. My savings are growing week by week by a small amount at the moment, but it's really nice to see them grow. Okay, number 3 on my list of things to talk about is Monzo. I've got to try and do this without showing you my card number. I got a Monzo card through the Monzo app. Didn't really know what it was about all that much. I probably should have read into it a lot more before I actually signed up for one. Essentially, it's an online current account or online bank, which doesn't have any branches, but it's all done through the app, and they do give you a physical card, which is really nice. And plus, look at the color. It's a beautiful color. I used the card the other day. Somebody actually complimented me on the color, like as if I had anything to do with it. So yeah, Monzo is a branchless bank. They send you a physical card through the post, but essentially what I'm using it for at the moment is I've got my current accounts and savings accounts set up with my physical branches in, and then I've only had it a week, but I transfer all of my spending money over to Monzo, so I know that's the amount of money I've got to spend. If you go into the Monzo app, just a quick brief look, what I like here on the main page of the home page, at the very top it tells you your account balance, which is how much money you've got left in your account, and it tells you how much you've spent today. So looking at today, I've currently spent £10.25 on cinema tickets because we're going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I really like having it all laid out here. It's like a bank statement but instantaneous, so when you spend some money you get a notification directly to your phone to tell you how much you spent, where you spent it, and then you can check, and it's instant updates on your current balance, which is what I really like. The one thing that I'm enjoying the most about it is that I can use it with my Apple Watch. It comes off my available balance instantaneously, which is something I was hesitant to use contactless before, because if you use it from your normal bank accounts, it takes a little while to update, and it comes up as pending transactions, but I've got in trouble before from overspending, thinking I had more than I did. But this is instantaneous, and I get a notification, so that's really handy if I ever do forget my wallet, or I could even just leave my wallet at home now if I'm not planning on making any big purchases, and just pay with my watch, which is great. For day-to-day spending, I'm really enjoying using the Monzo app and the Monzo card and the Monzo watch app, or the watch payments, just because it makes things a lot easier and I can see how my money's going through the day. So anyway, that's it. We've gone through answering questions about investments in Moneybox, my current standing in my Moneybox savings, and the Monzo card and the Monzo bank app, which I am enjoying. Have a great weekend. See you soon, I guess. Thanks for watching. I am trying to grow this channel. Please consider liking and subscribing. Weirdly enough, I've gained a fair few subscribers over the last month or so, and I haven't really been doing much. But it's nice to see. Eventually I'll get content more consistent. Bye.